Hey everyone, it's Sami from Sami's Sweet Life, and today I'm going to talk about my little makeup challenge that I'm doing because I have slowly accumulated more makeup. So I just really wanted to walk through the items that I have purchased recently and tell you my little challenge that I'm doing on my own here. Just myself. You can join me along, but I'm not going to post it unless you guys are really interested. I don't know if you guys would care about that. I got to adjust. But it's just me challenging myself to make sure I'm using the makeup, making things still feel fresh and not use the same one eyeshadow indefinitely because I'm actually running out of my one eyeshadow I was using pretty much most days to make my 5-minute look. So yeah, so first off, I did order some makeup. It was all clearance makeup and it's gonna be controversial and some people will know what I'm talking about, some people won't. I'm not gonna get into the beauty drama, the beauty gate, any of that stuff. I feel like cancel culture is important to some degree, holding people accountable, but I don't think people's past mistakes should be life-ruining mistakes. So I really feel like everybody deserves grace and forgiveness to some degree. I mean, there are truly horrible, horrible people out there that never deserve forgiveness in my mind, but I don't think certain beauty people are that. I think they probably are terrible people, but at the same time, if you only want to support the most positive, the most perfect people, I feel like you're going to be disappointed because nobody can be that perfect standard. Like, everybody's got flaws, everybody does bad things at some point, less degrees of bad things, of course, but I just feel like putting certain companies on pedestals and making sure that everybody's perfect is just not realistic. So I feel like if I were to boycott everything that goes against my exact beliefs and my exact thoughts, I wouldn't be able to shop very many places. Not that I'm saying anything is correct about certain people's ideas and thoughts, because you guys know how I feel. I'm very, very strongly Black Lives Matter, and everybody deserves equality, equal rights, pro-LGBT. I want everybody on an even playing field. Everybody deserves love and equality, period. I don't want to discuss it. It's not up for debate in the comment section at all. But at the same level, I can't boycott everything. You know, I can't boycott everybody. Everybody's going to have different beliefs, and to some degree, you just have to forgive them for some of the things that they do. Not everything, of course. When we get into violence and scary stuff, obviously that's a problem, but people are gonna say stuff, and that's part of free speech, and I just wanna be a little forgiving of that kind of thing, especially when it's way in the past. People say stupid things when they're young and dumb, and I can't let that, in my mind, I can't let that be the cancel thing for some people. So with that said, I do have quite a bit of stuff in here that will be controversial based on that, based on the beauty stuff. And I just wanted to give my little disclaimer before I walk into it. Some of these things I have had previous to canceling things coming out, but that's not to say that I'm going to continue to support certain people. I did get newer stuff on clearance, and that's the only reason why I got newer stuff. Going with that, Jeffree Star has really, really freaking good makeup, and so I bought some of his makeup on clearance, and this was before all the recent drama came out. I did end up getting the Morphe Jeffree Star palette and the brushes. They were on sale, not clearance yet, but on sale at some point. And so I did pick up this one. I have not used this one yet. I just have had it. It's not been used. So it's basically brand new. I touched my finger to it and swatched it a little bit, played around a little bit, and then I also, people are going in and out of the road. I also got the brush set. I used my Ulta gift card money for these, so I did end up getting those. And then I also placed an order actually with Morphe because Morphe did clearance out stuff. I ended up getting a couple of other items too. I got a little setting powder because I haven't had a setting powder, so I got one. I use that under my eyes because I get lines a little bit. So I did get that. And what else did I get from actual Morphe's website? Pretty sure I got all of these ones from Morphe. So I placed a big order, and I was like, Johnny, I want more makeup. I need a little bit more fun in my life. Is it okay if I spend a lot of money? And he's like, okay, whatever. Do whatever you want, within reason, of course. But I ended up getting very controversial cremated palette. Not a very good name, not a very good look for the front. I really like the ones that are plain Jane in the front. That's my old one actually. So I did get the cremated one. That's what I have on currently. And that's the one I'm using this week, which I'll talk about my challenge in a minute. So I have used this one for a couple of times and I really like it. It's actually really, really good. I know he's controversial and he said some nasty stuff and he's probably not a very nice person. I never would be best buddies with him, but his makeup is good and it was on clearance. So I took advantage of that and he's already made the money off that. If it's in another store, he's already gotten his paycheck for that. So I don't know that I'll buy any of his stuff in the future, but I definitely will take advantage of some clearance stuff. So I've got the cremated palette, the Morphe Jeffree Star palette. I also have some older ones from him I showed in like a Christmas video. I got these ones at Christmas time, the Conspiracy and the Mini Controversy palette. And again, like Shane Dawson, very controversial right now. I had already had this, so I definitely will use it. I've already spent the money on it. I'm going to use what I've got. I'm not gonna like burn it in a bonfire. It's just not my style. I will use what I got and not waste. And then again, another controversial person, which really got thrown under the bus and I feel like is probably completely innocent, but I'll never know for sure, but I feel like was thrown under the bus a little bit. I got the James Charles palette and this one was on sale really cheap, like cheaper than the mini palette of his, which is the same thing, just a smaller version. So I ended up with the big one and I have not used this one yet. This is just something I got somewhat recently, but I've used my finger to like dip into each one and try out a few, but it's brand spanking new. I'll say one thing, I love the Morphe palettes. I had this one from a while ago. It's a fall into frost. So I've had this one for a long time and I really like it. My complaint with these is the names are on this. So I have to hold on to this thing. The names are not on the actual thing. So if Morphe could change one thing and then be perfect, they could actually put the names on the palettes. That would be great. And I know that they can do it because the names are on my blush palette. I have a blush palette from a long time ago too. And I'll link to all this because I'm not saying all the names for everything. I'm like going in and out. But this is the Cool Pro 8C blush palette, which I use pretty much every day. And it has the labels on it. So why can they put the names on these but not the eyeshadow palettes? I really wish they would. That's the only complaint I have with Morphe. The makeup goes on like a dream. It blends really well. It lasts a really long time. It's very pigmented. The Jeffree Star makeup, the Morphe makeup, and then I also have Tarte that I really like. Those are my top go-tos. Not that I have a whole lot of experience to begin with, but those are my favorites. So I talked about the James Charles one, and then I also got this one. It's called You're a Gem. Such a gem. 39S, and this one's purpley, and I got this one because I am almost out of my favorite little purple eyeshadow, and this gives me lots to play with as far as purples and pinks and natural tones. Somebody else just went by. This one I think really will go well to make more purpley and jewel tones because it's all jewel toned and a little bit natural. But I love the Morphe palettes. They have lots to work with. So that's that one. I have not used this one. I've played around just like swatching things. And then one more little palette I got from Sephora, and this one's not my favorite. It does not blend very well. The colors are just not super pigmented. I have used it, but it's just not my favorite. I want to use it a little bit more. I love the colors. I love the color range in this. It's just really hard to use, hard to love that one. It was a cheap one, so I don't feel super bad about not using this one to its fullest, but the other ones, they're pricey. So I really want to start using more and not just sticking with the same thing, which is this. I've been sticking with the Tarte Pineapple palette, and I'll show you guys. I use the blush, the highlighter, and then that purple that is almost gone. It's like my go-to everyday 5-minute look, and I do that a lot. And I also will use the pinks here and there, some of the darker purples. I'll do a couple of looks with some of the coral colors, not really touch much down here. And I just stick with the same ones every day, which is what sparked this challenge, because I'm accumulating more makeup. I've placed a few orders from places and I have way more makeup than I'll ever actually get through, but I want to actually use it because it's fun, and going and just doing the same old thing, it gets kind of mindless and I'm not even thinking about it, but I want to be more mindful and use the stuff I've got, enjoy it. That's my plan here. The actual challenge I am trying to accomplish is use a different palette per week. So last week I actually used this palette and then I totally cheated. I used it for 2 weeks, but I tried to use like different color combinations. So let me see if I can open it again. So I tried to make sure I was using different color combinations. I did end up using the blue down here, which I've never really used any of these. So I feel like I got really good use out of it for the 2 weeks that I did use it. I didn't just stick with the same purple that I've been using pretty much nonstop when I put on makeup. And my other part of the challenge is actually just doing my makeup, because there for a while we're not going anywhere, we're not really seeing anybody. I just wasn't wearing makeup, and I got out of the habit of actually putting on my makeup. Kind of makes me feel better. Just putting on the makeup, it gives me a little pep in the step. I actually officially get ready for the day. Even if I keep my leggings on or my pajamas on, I'm still ready for the day. And like, I live in these tank tops, I sleep in them. Because Stella nurses, I'm still in the nursing tank tops pretty much 24/7. So I don't necessarily change my clothes to get ready for the day, but putting on the makeup is that signal to me, like, the day is fresh and new, and it keeps me motivated, and I feel like I've been more productive the days I've actually put my makeup on and gotten ready for the day. So that's part of why this challenge exists, to just get the makeup on my face and also to use up everything. So I try to take like one rest day on the weekend to not wear makeup, but otherwise I'm putting my makeup on 6 days a week, and it's been really great the last few weeks to do that. And so this week I'm actually on the cremated palette. So these are the first times I've been wearing the makeup. And so I did a little smoky eye today. I'm just trying out new things, and I could really do without him like being all over the makeup. It'd have been really pretty if it was just white marble colored. But anyway, so I've been using that one, and I will move on to another one next week. So it gives me fresh new things to play with. I do want to talk about a couple of other things. Actually, one other thing, I already talked about the setting powder. The setting powder, I did get the setting powder, and then I ordered some of the stuff from Ulta with my gift card, and I got another one of the Tarte things, the Tartiest lip paint. I do really like their formulation. It's actually not on my lips right now. This is Angel from Kylie Jenner, the matte lip stuff, whatever it is. And then this one is Rosé. It's just a really pretty color that they happen to have in stock, and it's like a lighter version of what I'm wearing right now. So I really like this one. I have one other of their lip paints, and I also really love the Jeffree Star ones and the Kylie matte finish ones. You have to be careful with the Kylie ones because they have a matte finish, and then she has a velvet one, and I mistakenly got a velvet one, and it actually does come off. It's not like the matte makeup that lasts a long time. So that's another one I got. I will link to everything if I can find links. Some of it has been completely clearanced out of places, so I may not be able to find some of it, but I just wanted to share this challenge with you guys. I know there's probably more people like me that have the makeup and haven't been using it all that much, especially being at home, being a stay-at-home mom. I don't have any reason to glam it up, but the reason is me. Like, I like it. I like how I look. I like feeling pretty and dainty, and it just gives me that little extra pep and productivity that gets my day going. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Be sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.